Hello, cyberspace. It's me, Angie, and I welcome both you and your ears to an episode of Life, Love, Music, and Space Travel. In case you're wondering who Angie is, I'm Angie, and I'm super stoked to spend some time sharing with y'all some of my experiences and thoughts on living, loving, music, and space travel, or spiritual experiences as I often refer to as space travel. A rather broad spectrum, right? Well, my hope is to always share something that resonates with, intrigues, excites, or perhaps inspires you. On that note, I invite you to sit back, buckle up, and take a little trip out into the cosmos with me. Hello, cyberspace. It's me, Angie, coming to you with episode number 47 of my podcast, Life, Love, Music, and Space Travel. This week's episode is really going to be focused on indecision and uncertainty. This last few weeks, I've been made intensely aware of how challenging it is to be in the midst of indecision and uncertainty. Neither of those things are a new concept to me. My whole life has been filled with moments of indecision and uncertainty, but it just seems like this last few weeks, it's been intense. And I think that's because I've really been living this very full, new, adventurous, overwhelming, sometimes pretty frightening new lifestyle of being an almost 52-year-old woman, single woman, divorced. Holy crap, it still seems weird to say that, to sit in this space of this is who I am. This is the place that I am in my life. Still settling into full acceptance of this being my new life. And I sure have come a long way. It's actually, I'm really doing pretty wonderful. For anyone who has been following me, listening to any of my previous episodes, you'll probably hear a sort of theme that has to do with my kind of navigating my way through this whole new life story, I guess. You know, it's been about a year and a half now, and a year and a half ago, I was in Colorado, kind of at the end of the way I thought my life was going to be. How I thought things were going to be were very apparent that that's not how my life was going to play out. But I never expected it to get to where I am. So anyway, flashing forward, here I am, a year and a half in, and really kind of living this magnificent life experience. I don't want to seem overly dramatic or as though I'm embellishing or like my life is really fucking fantastic, considering the loss that's taken place and the change and the unexpected events. I'm coming up kind of on a big milestone life experience later this week, early June. I'm not sure when you'll be listening to this, but June 6th holds some significance for me, and that will lead to a future episode, which will have to do with, oh gosh, I don't know, kind of living a life beyond my wildest dreams. But that's just a little teaser for another episode. Sticking with where I am in this moment, indecision and uncertainty. Holy moly. I've definitely been presented with, I like to call them AFGOs, another fucking growth opportunity. And this is my most recent one. So I'm just going to kind of chat a little bit on how interesting it's been for me to navigate my way through this experience. I've been really struggling with this decision to go to Colorado, to take a trip. You know, when I think of indecision and uncertainty, it's the back and forth decision to go or not to go, to do or not to do, to eat or not to eat, to wear or not to wear. I actually sat in front of the computer here for a little bit and thought, well, how am I going to start out this episode? What am I going to talk about? Am I going to say that or am I going to say this? So many decisions we get to make in our time living this earthly experience, there was a time in my life when my choices were pretty small. A part of me might want to say that was easier, but life was small. For example, I haven't had a drink in a long time, and there was a time when it was like the drink was the answer to everything, to drink or not to drink, just for celebration or for sorrow. It was just the easiest answer. Well, not turning to that, along with many other things, I have all these decisions to make, and I can get all jumbled up about, is it the right decision? Is it the wrong decision? Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the wrong thing? And things are just, for me, for anyone who's been through divorce, for anyone who's been through loss, for anyone who is going through life changes, which means pretty much everybody on the planet, I'm sure it resonates with you, the challenge of making the decision and wondering if it's right or wrong. And it can come down to, the simplest thing. What kind of ice cream should I eat tonight? Or should I not eat the ice cream? Should I eat the donut or not eat the donut? I hope you're finding some amusement with this, because I appreciate having this forum to kind of be able to chuckle at myself. This Colorado thing has been a big deal. I've been back and forth. I've hemmed and hawed about it. I booked the trip. I canceled the trip. I booked the trip again. I canceled the trip again. I just rebooked the trip this morning and am actually going to leave Friday. I think it's June 9th at about 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'll get into Eagle at noon. And I'm sticking with it. And through all my decisions, which have really required me to do a lot of stuff, what I'm also hoping to maybe throw out there for anyone who's struggling, what have I done to get through this? I've done quite a bit of journaling. I've really been praying quite a bit to the higher power, God, force, source, universe, whatever out there, to please provide me with some inspiration, intuition, direction of thinking. Because I don't know, what am I doing? Am I supposed to be going to Colorado? Am I supposed to be delving into work here? My plan is to go back there, hopefully to work. I have this storage unit to take care of. I have these responsibilities. But what I really came to realize a couple days ago, after chatting with my therapist, which is also a very helpful tool for anyone who is worried about therapy or thinks it's hooey, I really appreciate my therapist. He's pretty wonderful, and I appreciate the other people that I've been able to work with. But what I realized is that I was kind of going back and forth on this decision, and it was really fear-based when it came down to it. I had sort of been making this plan for a long time. It had been part of my thought process to eventually go back to Colorado and take care of these things. But all of a sudden, it started to get wrapped up in fear. I'm kind of afraid of leaving my doggie, but I have two very loving parents who will take care of her, and she'll hang out with Cole, her buddy here. I'm also fearful of going back to my old stomping grounds to a certain extent and possibly seeing my old house, things that used to be and aren't anymore. And I decided really this morning, I was like, fuck it, man. I'm not going to be ruled by fear. I'm not going to let fear stop me from doing or not doing. And so I booked the flight, and I have found now that I'm allowing myself to settle into this space of being excited about it. I'm not too excited about leaving Marshmallow, but I am excited about going and returning to a place that I really love. I love Colorado. I love the Eagle Valley, where I spent 27 years. And I'm going back as this Angie, not to make light of my old life. So I don't ever want to come off like I'm being crass around the fact that things have changed. But I'm going back as Angie, almost 52, single, in a very different place in her life, able to take on different opportunities, a lot of freedom. I'm not beholden to anything while I'm there. It's exciting. It is. It's really exciting. It's sort of like the girl who showed up there in 1991 for the first time. And then came back to New York for a little bit and went back in 1994. No constraints. I am excited, and I'm grateful to at least for today, to have made it to the space where I moved myself through the indecision and uncertainty and booked the flight. I've told some people that I'm coming. I have some work lined up to a certain extent, and there's definitely relief around it. And I'm trusting that I have asked for direction of thinking. I'm not just forcing my will upon anything I don't believe. But somebody once said to me that if I am asking for guidance from the God of my understanding, the higher power, whatever it is you want to call it, the universe, if I'm looking for some kind of intuition, then when I go out and finally make these decisions, I need to trust that I am being inspired by whatever it is that I'm turning to. I'm not just in Angie's head thinking she's got to make these decisions on her own. And although it doesn't necessarily make it super easy, it sure does make it a lot easier. So I'm going to throw out that gentle suggestion to anyone who might be struggling with indecision and uncertainty to bring that into play. I've been posting some stuff on Facebook, and I want to say thank you to everybody also who has been giving me some suggestions on what to do. A friend suggested that I listen to a song by, I believe, the Dirty Heads. I'll have to look it up. I will actually include it in my show notes. And that was helpful. So reaching out and asking for guidance from something beyond me, bigger than me, which includes my peers and my people out there who are also praying for me. And I thank you. This indecision and uncertainty has been really powerful lately. I went to Jazz Fest, had a wonderful time. I put out an episode on that. Also, my return to New Orleans. I love that place. I'm so grateful for the people who live there, who put on events like that, the locals, all of the history and the food and the music that just oozes from every pore of New Orleans. I'm grateful for it. But when I went there, I met somebody. And it was interesting. And that's a whole new phase of my life. The idea of dating. Oh, yeah, talk about indecision and uncertainty. I set up a Match.com deal, whatever you call it. And then I canceled it. I thought, oh my goodness, these people cannot be my people. Really. Canceled it. That's not my kind of deal. I don't want to meet anybody online. Who the hell knows who they are, what they're saying, if their picture's real. I'm the organic type of person. If I'm going to meet somebody, I'm going to meet them out and about, actually in person, face to face. There's enough questions that can come from that. Who are you? Are you who you say you are? But I got a better chance when I see you face to face. So anyway, through that experience, we communicated a bit, and I felt like I was 15 again. Do I call or do I not call this person? Do they like me? Do they not like me? Can I text them? Am I texting? I mean, there was so much indecision and uncertainty in that place. It was intensely uncomfortable at times. I really had to reel myself in and reach out to some friends and ground myself and take some deep breaths. And wasn't so much about the person in particular. I think it was the whole experience, just putting myself out there and really trusting this person I am today, reflecting on the person I used to be as a young girl, very unsure of myself. I'm very grateful for this person. They really introduced me to some pretty cool stuff. Ultimately, kind of flashing forward, it's not going to go anywhere. And it kind of bummed me out and made me a little sad. I felt a little twinge of rejection and disappointment around it. But what a good feeling to ultimately understand that it's not about me. I mean, this is the best version of Angie that you get. I'm the healthiest in all forms today that I've ever been. And I'm good with that. I feel like, without sounding too egoic by any means, but I'm a badass. I really am. I'm proud of and excited for this woman that I am still becoming, have become as of this day. So the uncertainty and indecision still based around, did I do the right thing? Should I have called them? What was I thinking? Ultimately, I'm very grateful for doing everything I did, for stepping out, for taking a chance, for being vulnerable. I'm kind of all over the place in this with this episode, whatever it is that I'm chatting about. But I really I feel good just kind of getting out that it's okay to be in a place of indecision and uncertainty. I don't know it all. And if I think I know it all or have it down, I feel like I'm in trouble. What is it? One of my favorite lyrics: when life looks like easy street, there is danger at your door. From the Grateful Dead, in case y'all don't know, Uncle John's band. And that's been the truth for me. When things are smooth and easy, I mean, I can float for a little while, but if things are looking too smooth and easy, I'm setting myself up for a fall. So questioning my decisions, I think it's healthy, but I don't want to stay stuck in a rut, which is why it was really powerful for me to realize, have the willingness to really look at why I kept going back and forth with taking this trip to Colorado. I have a one-way ticket. I can come back in a day or I can come back in a month. Things are really okay for me to go. I have purpose in being there. I'm not just going to waste time. And so to be afraid to go, I don't want that to run my stuff. Just another gentle suggestion for anybody out there. What are your motives? Why are you doing or not doing what you're doing? And as I always say, I would love to hear from anybody out there. What is your experience with indecision and uncertainty? Please you can find, I actually have a Facebook page for Life, Love, Music, and Space Travel. Or you can go to my website, www.lifelovemusicandspacetravel.com, and you can leave me a voice message. I would love to hear other people's experience, insight, just sharing on how you deal with this stuff. For me, really, ultimately, it has come down to lots of prayer, mostly required to abstain from the compulsion to do certain things like pick up the phone, to practice restraint of pen and tongue, or text and type, whatever you want to call it. Don't hit send. I will say right now, as I'm sitting here, it's exciting to be in this place in my life and be as good as I am with being where I am. I'm sitting in my bedroom right now, and I have this collage of photos in front of me from when I was a baby to not to now, maybe through early teens, I'll say. And what a journey we get to experience. I mean, if you can live through the challenge of being a kid when most of our neuroses are really kicked into high gear, or they start there and begin to flourish and grow, left to our own defenses, without any sort of consciousness around what's taking place, I've lived a life. I was actually at work today. I worked a couple days at Jack Mackerel's. It was wonderful to be there. I'm so grateful for that crew of people and how they welcome me. It feels so good to be welcomed. But I was talking about being 52 and not wanting to be 19 again. I don't want to go backwards. I'm grateful for that. Like, this place that I am in my life is not where I expected to be at all. It's not what I would have chosen for myself. And yet, it's really pretty wonderful. I can't go back to the way things were. I can't get back my old life. And I wouldn't want to go back to my old life. So moving forward with the challenges that have taken place, the loss of the husband, the home, the community, all of that stuff it's become much softer. Yeah, that's an experience that took place in my life. As I've mentioned, I had an episode recently. My little dude Chippo headed over the Rainbow Bridge on 420, actually. And there's a little more loss and change. And yet, because of the things that I'm doing, I think that's the beauty also, the culmination of everything I do, the participation in my recovery and finding the ketamine infusions and seeing a therapist, doing the book work that I need to do, communicating with other people, actually building a relationship with a power greater than myself. Like, it's all brought me to this place of really finding gratitude and quite a bit of joy in the earthly experience. I mean, this most recent meeting this guy who I like him. He was a little older than me, and I kind of think maybe that had something to do with his decision. He made the decision that he could not pursue a relationship, and I accepted his decision, I think, with grace and dignity. I'm not desperate. I definitely would have been willing to kind of further explore the relationship a little bit more, but I'm going to respect somebody else's decision. Who the hell is that? That Angie is definitely new. I was at work when we had the conversation on the phone. I didn't fall apart, and I didn't have to restrain myself from falling apart. I've just been taking things in stride. It's not an affront to me. I do know who I am. I like who I am. I didn't really personalize it. I mean, even that, indecision and uncertainty. What do I do? Do I let it go? Do I ask for more? Do I ask for what? All of those things. And I took a breath. In the midst of those, I guess, those moments of indecision and uncertainty, I have learned to sit back, relax, take it easy to the best of my ability. And I don't say that like I'm all calm and relaxed, but those are the words that I turn to. I do have to breathe. I've been going to this meditation, Monday night meditation with this group, Fronting Life, which is absolutely fantastic. Travis Mickle, I think is his name. I'll have to look that up, and I'll also include that on my show notes here in Wilmington. He does a Monday night meditation, and it's been wonderful to add into my repertoire of tools to use for living life. Man, this earthly experience is not for the faint of heart. I want to be able to kind of stick it out for as long as I'm supposed to and not get thrown off course easily. I mean, there are challenges that are definitely going to throw me for a loop, but it was pretty cool that these most recent ones, although I found them a little disturbing, didn't throw me for a loop. And there was a time in my life when I would have drank myself into oblivion for sure over this kind of stuff. But instead, I did the even more uncomfortable thing to a certain extent, which was reach out, ask for help. The questions that I think about as far as indecision and, which way do I go? What is it that I want? Do I let go or hold on? Do I let go or pursue? Is it good for me or bad for me? Is it my will or the higher power's will? That kind of stuff, let it flow, go with the flow, let it go. Man, life is just so much more enjoyable. I have had moments of angst, but at least for now, I haven't been falling into the pit of despair or really feeling super lost or confused. Like I said, I've definitely been in a place of uncertainty and indecision. I'll say it right now. Do I release this episode? What will people think about it? What's it about? What's the purpose of it? Ultimately, the purpose of it, because I like to think that there's a purpose to each of my episodes beside my just jabbering on. I would just like to put out there for anyone who is struggling with the idea of indecision and uncertainty to take a breath, to reach out to something bigger than yourself. Maybe it's people, family, friends, find a therapist, go take a walk on the beach or a walk in the woods or hang out with your dog. I mean, whatever it is that you find might work for you. And then ultimately, we make a decision. I still have some time in between now and Friday if I really wanted to cancel my trip. But the third time's the charm. Yeah, my friend Chelsea at work, she mentioned that. Third time's the charm, because I'm pretty sure I canceled it 2 different times. Might have canceled it a third time. I don't know. But I'm sticking with it. I'm feeling better about it. Looking forward to seeing my friends, even though I know that it was just recently snowing in Colorado. I'm kind of excited that I might get to see some snow because it's been a while. But who knows what's going to come? Like, I just realized this life is not a race. I'm not supposed to be anything, I think, other than possibly being of service to the people around me and and looking to be useful. But ultimately, the earthly experience is about having the earthly experience, I think. So if I make a mistake or if I make a decision and it plays out in a way that's not so great, well, I'll learn from that, and perhaps it'll play out in a way that's better than I ever could have imagined. Yeah. On that note, I really feel like that's the end of this episode. It's been nice. It's been a little bit since I've recorded an episode. I feel like a couple weeks. I feel like I'm always saying it, but I would like to get back to once a week maybe, or every 2 weeks. If you have any ideas, any suggestions, be kind. Send me a message or an email at ashyisbadass@gmail.com. I don't know. I would love to build a community, do some networking. I saw some great music. I saw 2 nights of Dave Matthews Band recently. As I said, I went to Jazz Fest. I got to see Santana, Herbie Hancock, amongst a lot of other musicians. It was wonderful. I have tickets going into the summertime. I saw Dark Star Orchestra, actually. And I've got Fish tickets and Widespread Panic tickets. And I am hoping, possibly, that when I go to Colorado, that I might be able to squeeze in 3 days of Dead and Company at Folsom Field in Boulder. Fingers crossed. Lots of stuff to talk about. But here's to all of us finding a little bit of peace around any uncertainty or indecision we might be struggling with. I know for myself, as I've mentioned, I can't make any wrong decisions. The consequences are the consequences, but a decision is a decision. So I'm going to try and sit a little bit more comfortably in the fact that, yeah, a decision is a decision. So right now, my decision is to quit jabberjawing. Thanks for listening. Thanks for indulging me, sharing your time with me, and letting me share some time with you. I look forward to seeing all my friends in Colorado soon. I'm coming. Nighty night for now. Thanks for listening. Bye. So we've reached the end of today's episode. Thanks so very much for listening. It's now time to reconnect to planet Earth and all that comes with living on the blue ball. I'd love to hear your ideas for future episode topics, along with any and all positive and or constructive feedback. Please feel free to contact me at ashyisbadass@gmail.com. Thanks again for spending some time with me and allowing me to share myself with you. Until next time, please be gentle with yourselves, be kind to animals, and do all you can to allow your authentic selves to shine brightly.